Oh, oh well. Not sure what happened, but my internet said no. But it is what it is. My internet said no. That sucks, man. The stream was going so well. The stream was going so well. I'm using React. Brother, I don't work in the company. You gotta read the title, my friend. Going good. The stream just went down, but we're back. So, all right. Too mad. Who is too mad? Let me. That's very rude. I know that boy passed away. You should watch what you say on the internet. That's some foul shit. So that works. We could do more. Because erasing. Because if I do this, and it erases, and it just makes it an updated item. That is a weird behavior. It does move it in the list. It doesn't actually, But in this way, it is working. But you see that list changes. It shouldn't move. All these things should stay in one place. I wonder, is there a way to access a specific component in an element? I don't know how I would do that. Let me, you know what? I'm curious. Let's ask Himiny. would have never considered doing this. Good night. Good night. I would have never ever considered doing some shit like this. I didn't know I could just update a single item inside. I thought I had to constantly, yo bro, it's 3 a.m. no time to code, time to sleep. Shut up. Let's see. You said, hey, no. I would have never guessed. I didn't know I could go into. I didn't know I could do that. That opens up a new whole world of possibilities. Nothing's wrong with Gemini. I already updated that. I just would have never thought. I guess my understanding of how to use map and how to update items in set items is completely different, because this, and I've never seen it where you do the set state and you do it all right here. That's way better than what I wrote. Because I did. But that's a better way to do it, because now I see that I could just do it inside of this instead of what I was doing. Okay, let me try that without looking. Shush. I'd already listen. Here's the thing. I had already completed it, right? Just to, and I'm not going to explain myself again because I feel like it's stupid. I had already made it work. See? It already works. The problem was the jumping in the list, right? The jumping in the list wasn't working right. I didn't like how it was jumping, so I got it to work, but I didn't understand, like, how can I make it, the list stay the same without, and the first question I had was, well, why don't I go into an individual component? But I didn't know that I could just, I didn't think of it the way that it was just explained to me. So I took the time out to figure this part out, right? So we adding stuff. So don't get on my ass because I'm about to do this right here. like. Now I know I can do stuff like this, which I knew I could do, but I didn't even consider it. Also, if I think I wrote it myself and then I say, is there a better way to do that? I don't think that's a problem. I think it's a problem if I said, oh, just do this for me. That's where we have a problem. Hey, what's up? Thanks, K8 Designs. My nose! Nose things. I think I'm going to reset this Pomodoro to 25 minutes. And then we'll take a break when it gets to 30. Okay, so if the item is there, then we just want to update the quantity. And we want to say, if the I don't think I can do that. And I already forgot how I said I should do that. So it said item.number equals number. Then I didn't know we can replace this. Oh, we can return something completely different. Success. Let me write that down because I would have never considered doing something like that. I didn't realize, like, so when map iterates over an array or an iterable, you can just, at the point that it gets to that item, like return a completely different item. I was thinking about map the same way I think about for each in a way. Hmm. So for future reference, I could do set state All right. Oh man. Oh man, oh man. Are we live? Are we good? Cause all right, we good. Ugh. And we need to get this to working. And then once this is pressed, we need to be able to. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard. But why don't we style this right quick? This is supposed to look like this. I'm wasting so much time. Oh my goodness. I'm wasting so much time. Well, how? Ah, okay. I'll listen to you. Why do you feel like I'm wasting so much time? I'll listen to you. Let me know. You should have the extension of Gemini. Okay. I was actually gonna listen. I thought it was something interesting. Mm. And I thought you were gonna say something interesting. I am disappointed. I am so disappointed in you. So disappointed. How could you say something like this? You code 9PAAP9? That's fine. You're a software developer? Well, that's cool. Thank you for the advice. I'll think about it. Okay. No, it's okay. You're okay. I know you're trying your best. I love you, sweetums. All right, now what we can do is get the order total. I know you're trying to help. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Do you feel loved and appreciated? Do you feel like what you just said mattered? I hope you do. I love you. Nice to meet you too. Ooh. That's cool. However, NPA, I am learning without the use of AI in that specific way. Oh, my hand disappeared. Oh no. Um, and so in order for me to learn, I would rather not use AI in that way, okay? What do you think about that? Is that fair? All right. So I need the order total. No, it's not a dumb question, and no, I didn't. If you want to learn, you should be working on back end and systems, not front end. I am going to be full stack one day, so I'm working on both. How do you feel about that? Isn't full stack both? Let's see. So we're gonna reduce by doing. Oh, that's another problem I didn't even think of. The amount of items that can be in the cart at one time. Interesting. I didn't think about that. So the total. Oh, what? Man. Oh, oops. Do when I jump into JSSCS, you have to build a collaboration tool with me, no dancing around. If you can't own the IP, I don't care. I don't know what you mean by that. Collaboration tool. Oh, hold on. Gotta do order total. Okay, so I need to. Oops. I got a song in my head that I can't get out. It's by the new Uzi song. I'm gonna listen to it. So maybe I'll get it out my head. Or maybe I won't. Oh, my mic is muted. Oops. Okay, there we go. Tummy tuck. Y'all make sure y'all join the Discord. What did you, if it's a single component, you can use like cart item prop. Yeah, that's what I did. This is cart item prop. Did you know if it's a single component, you can just like cart item prop. Yeah, that's what this is. Prop. That's what you mean? It's right here. What you mean? What you mean self-closing tag? Oh, you mean... Oh, you mean that? Oh, yeah. I do that sometimes, but you know, VS Code will auto put, you know, it'll auto do that other thing, so I don't change it sometimes. I think I did that in some places. Prop. Oh, that's cool, Quang. Or Kang. My new bitch got tummy tuck. No, I haven't. This is not for back. This is not for back end practice. This is for reinforcing what I just learned in my course. So I'm gonna say it one more time because people don't know and they coming in and they don't know how you actually supposed to study. I'm gonna show you how you're supposed to study. So what you do is after you finish a section in a course, you need to challenge yourself on that section. So that's what I do. If I finish something like this, I'm gonna challenge myself before I move on to the next one. Oh, that's beautiful. That's nice. I like that. Thank you for allowing me to serve. Yeah, I know. Back when I was still in collage, pre-pandemic, I used to be so into XXX Tentacion. I hate that he passed away, man. Music would have been so different. You said, did I get you? Did I get off? Nah, not yet. I'm getting lazy. I'm getting lazy, man. I'm listening to the music and I'm just relaxing at this point. I'm in the wrong thing. Where I'm at? Shopping cart. Hold up, what am I doing, man? I'm getting confused. I think that's how big it's supposed to be. Well, the div that it's inside is supposed to be that large. Well, isn't that nice? I wrote it as 84. It went to the right size. Interesting. Hold it. What if we add more items to the list? Does it say how that's supposed to be handled? No. No, it doesn't. How could you? You lied. I'm gonna just extend the list. I'm gonna say, oh, okay. I like that. Oh. I think I'm tired. How many hours have I been doing this? An hour, and then before the stream ended, this was 2 hours and 47 minutes. Yes, I'm still at it. What you mean? What's up, the real Supreme? Um, I was building this shopping cart project. No, we don't do mention of AI here. You said, oh, please? Yeah, no mention of AI. No, I don't vibe code. Hmm. I guess the next thing I need to do is, but why discriminate? Not all discrimination is bad. No, I'm good. I got Gemini up on the other screen. I use it for some things. Well, I don't have Gemini up on the other screen. The other screen is OBS. But sometimes I use Gemini. Is it y'all first time here? I need to be able to click this. No, the delete doesn't work. That's what I'm about to do right now. Been here a couple times. I looked at your profile. It says you're a senior developer for 26 years, so the majority of the time you've been coding has been spent without AI. That's probably why you're so good now. So AI only amplifies you. You know, it's like on some kung fu stuff. You gotta, you know how you put on, you put on the. This is the equivalent of carrying buckets of water uphill and downhill. You know what I mean? You got to go through that. So let me get my, I know y'all say y'all feel some type of way about people using AI, but let people get their reps in. I gotta, so when I come back, you said what I did in this dev session. Uh, well, beyond learning a whole bunch of shit, um, I just messed around with the cart. So now the next stream, I'm just gonna differentiate the states here. So we have added the ability to add things to the cart. I also learned. Hold on, let me do this commit. So, ooh, packet loss. Oh, hold on. Let me fix that packet loss. Hold on. If you mention AI too many times, it'll time you out for like a whole day. You searched up people vibe coding? That's interesting. Let me see. It's probably let me think. I'm pretty sure I came up because of vibe coding because I can let's see because it's probably that I mentioned AI here. And I'm assuming the algorithm knows that AI and vibe coding are, connected. I don't feel anything about vibe coders. My thing is that here's my thing. Here's how I feel about it. If I choose to if I choose to not vibe code, like there's people who choose to vibe code and then there's people who don't want to vibe code. I feel like if I'm not gonna say nothing about them vibe coding and I'm choosing not to vibe code, then they shouldn't like try to make me vibe code. Y'all understand what I'm trying to say? Like if that's how you're gonna go forward, then that's how you go forward. but respect the way that I move forward. But for some reason, it's hard for people to respect that. So for the last 100 plus days, I've been hearing people talk about how I should use AI and this and that and that and the other. And so I muted it because I was tired of hearing it. I set up Nightbot to like ban people because of it. Um, but it's to me, it's not even about the effectiveness of AI at this point. It's a respect thing, and a lot of people don't have respect on the internet. Like Mike Tyson said, if people forget what it feels like to get punched in the mouth, that's why they do what they do on the internet. So so like so like you gotta let them know. So it's not that vibe. It's not that the impact of AI isn't relevant in what I'm doing. It's not that I don't understand its impact and its importance. It's just that you have all these amazing software engineers these days, right? And they spent like Packet Loss 404. I just went to your thing and said you've been 26 years in the industry and you are a senior software developer, right? The vast majority of the time that you spent coding, yeah, that's a great reason to use it, and that's how I use it. But people feel like I should use it in other ways. I've already explained how I use AI, but a lot of people, because they're kind of like sheep, right? They don't, or they come to the stream and they don't pay attention. They're easily distracted. They're not going to stay and try to see what I'm about or what's going on in the stream, so they're just going to blurt out stuff, you know. Um, yeah, and so I think that so what I guess what I'm trying to say is that senior software developers today were given a grand opportunity to learn programming without AI interference, right? And that allows them now to see AI and use that it becomes an extremely powerful tool in their hands. And I want the same opportunity. I want the opportunity to use this tool in a way that is actually going to benefit me and not going to take away from me. And so I want the opportunity to learn. I'll use, like, for example, I've said many times, I'll use AI to give me exercises. I'll ask AI, how could I have coded this better after I find a solution or something like that. But the idea that, and I see this a lot from a lot of different, from all angles, whether they're not in the industry or they're in the industry, they want to project the idea that they have on AI on you while you're learning. And that's not fair, because they were given the opportunity and the blessing of learning AI, of learning coding without the interference of AI, and that's what made them great developers today. And so I feel like, oh, I'm being deprived of my opportunity to be great, you know. So don't try to come up in here and tell me how I'm supposed to be using it. I'm not interested. I'm pretty sure once I get on the job, I'll be using AI. But until then, I would rather know what the hell I'm doing. And nothing is wrong with sticking in the trenches for a while. Nothing is wrong with struggling and trying to learn the code and reading through documentation. Do you want a software engineer who actually knows how to problem solve and read through documentation and debug without the use of AI? Or do you want somebody who's been using AI since the beginning? Yeah, I'm learning how to code. Yeah, I'm learning React. Yeah, I'm learning how to code. Yeah, I'm learning React. Oh, look at that. That is so ugly. I hate little shit like that. No. No. And then this is ugly too. But it's not at the right. There's different widths. You know, on tablet it's supposed to look different. Let me see. Tablet. Oh, desktop tablet. Okay, so tablet is 768. So at 768, this is supposed to be down here. But anyway, yeah, man, Learning in public is one thing. Hearing, the bullshit is one thing. And then hearing about AI constantly, I say that that's probably the most annoying. That's probably the most annoying thing I have to deal with. Yeah, I'm hoping that's the case. I hope I know my shit. Or at least they can see this YouTube channel and be like, oh, okay, well, he doing something. He doing something, yeah. Yeah, man. I'm not gonna be here much longer though. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and join the Discord. Like, subscribe, and join the Discord. You're what you mean? You're 16 years old? Is that what you're saying? If I had an advice for a 16-year-old, it would be learn how to listen. Learn how to listen. Learn how to pick and choose your. Learn how to listen. Learn how to pick and choose your battles effectively. Learn emotional regulation. Right? And learn how to figure things out. Learn how to be independent. Learn how to be independent. Emotional regulation. Picking and choosing your battles, and listening better. Those things will make you a threat. And I think the biggest one, right? The one that will carry you the most is to have vision. When you have a vision for your own life in the future, that will kind of put everything else into a better perspective, right? Because, oh, my boss is being bullshitty with me. Well, this is a stepping stone in my life. This is not my final destination. you know. So that's some advice I would give to you. Like intelligence and emotional intelligence, you can go ahead and you can improve. And you improve your emotional intelligence by kind of putting your emotions to the side a little bit and looking at other people's lives and listening to their lives and seeing what they go through. Really listen to people and don't project onto them what you think. EQ beat IQ? In some instances, yeah. But if I'm trying to defuse a bomb, I don't think emotional intelligence is going to help me there. Um, but I guess that's the end of the stream. No problem. And make sure you start reading and shit and stop getting on your phone so damn much. That shit and understand that video, all that shit, all those hype. See, I'm gonna say this before I leave. Because your brain is being shaped by technology more so than my brain at the same age. That shit is it's like salt, right? There's certain people in certain cultures that don't eat too much salt. And when they don't add salt, right, they need less salt to get the same flavor, right? It's like a drug. It's like the more of the drug you do, the more of it you need to get that same high. That's why you can watch people go from smoking one blunt to now they need 4 or 5 or 6, or now they're smoking all day to get the same high that they got at one or less than one. So, and that's the same way when it comes to extremely visual experiences. Those hyper visual, hyper stimulating, hyper just attention absorbing, those attention absorbing activities like going on your phone and playing video games, nothing is wrong with them, right? But they do take a toll, right? And the more you, because imagine like you're in this extremely entertaining, extremely simulated, extremely stimulating experience, like you're playing a first person shooter, right? And you're just and you're going in on it, or you're playing a racing, or you know what I mean. And then you go from that thing, right? Plus, let's add your diet to it. You go from that thing plus your diet of probably, corn syrup and refined sugars. So your brain is hyper stimulated and hyper everything now, right? And then on top of that, um, somebody tells you need to go read a book now. How is that gonna work for you? You're not gonna be able to pay attention to that book. It's no way. There has never been a time in human history where people have had this type at this scale, this degree of stimulation. That's why people can't do shit. It is hard. It is hard. And to some degree it's not people's fault. And to some degree it is. So that's what I would advise. If you can eat less sugar, good. If you can watch less reels, if you can watch, I'm all for long form content. Watch long form content. Try to stay away from the short form content that's hyper stimulating and you scroll. That shit is some demonic shit. And it, every time I make, the reels that I have or the shorts that I've made, I'm not really even feeling shorts like that. I just do it because I know it gets eyes on the channel. But for the most part, I'm not really into them, and I'm not really into looking at them either. Try to stick to long form content. I have a feeling that in the next couple of years, people are going to get tired of this short form shit. It's some evil shit. And then anyway, my God. What you focus your attention on grows. I think it's more than what you focus your attention on grows. I think it's, at this point, we have to really be firm about what we have to be semi-permeable. We have to be at the gate of our spirit and our mind at all times these days, because what you consume can really begin to shape your reality, and sometimes unbeknownst to you. So I think people just have to be a lot more careful on what they're consuming and the dangers of consuming certain things. When I was a kid, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out, and when Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out, Hillary Clinton and a whole bunch of other people were like rallying against San Andreas because it was hyper, they said it was too violent and this and that and that and the other. And now, I remember seeing certain things on the internet was just unheard of. But now we have people online, they post, you can I don't know, man. I don't know, it's crazy. I never thought that I would go to I don't know. Things are just, I'm not going to say things are horrible right now, but I'm saying people have more access now. And that access needs to be per you, not by somebody else, but through your own volition, regulated. I do have ADHD. But unlike some ADHD people, I have had to work with my ADHD, and I am very effective. Most ADHD people cannot say they spent 105 days in a row. I used to take medication for it, but yeah, that's what I think. I think the problem is that people, they are hyper fixated on these really stimulating experiences, and it fucks with their brain. I used to, not anymore. I don't think it's that most ADHD people don't like to listen. I just think it's that they find it extremely difficult to listen, because I imagine it's extremely difficult to listen to other people when you have 10 million things going on in here. And so it's not for lack of trying. It's just like, it's like when you see it, when a schizophrenic person is hearing things, it's like you can't just tell them to stop. They can try to ignore the shit. Yeah, we are ready to listen to what interests us first and foremost from the start. That's true. It's very hard to go outside of the comfort zone and start listening to shit you don't agree with. So, um, honestly, I can't remember the last time I played video games. Steam is open too. My Steam is open. Here's my Steam right here. I should just uninstall this. I used to think that I needed to uninstall it to stay away from it, but I realized that Steam wasn't the problem. Me getting these things out of my environment wasn't the problem. It was my relationship with them. I was playing this shit because, ooh, oh my god. I was playing this shit because I didn't have any goals or any purpose in my life, or I didn't find a worthy goal. So I was, man, I have so many games up in here. Let me uninstall this shit. This shit has Steam, and it's not even Steam's fault. Are you working on any web project? Yeah, I was working on this. We're at the end of the stream. I was working on this. Steam, I'm just talking now. Let me tell you something about that. On Kibbs, I know you came up in here and think you was trolling, but let's be for real though. The other one of these streams, I was looking at back end developer jobs and front end developer jobs. The main, and we were looking at actual companies that hire developers for those corn sites. And when I say corn, I'm saying corn, okay? For those corn sites. And they have some pretty good positions open. You know, they have a lot of openings and stuff. Um but so I yeah, it's a restaurant. So the whole point of me doing this project is because I asked AI to look at this section that I just finished, and it give me a project that would give me a project that would test me on these things. So it's just a, it's just a thing. Oh, um, no, it's not the test version of a course. It's a test. It's like in school when your teacher tests you on your knowledge of a section or something that you just learned. That's what I'm doing essentially. Steam, 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 Steam. Steam has truly. It's not even Steam's fault. It's not Steam's fault that I played so many games. It's not Battle.net's fault. Blizzard's fault. It's no one's fault but me. I chose to play that shit. It's not Riot's fault. I chose to play League because instead of dealing with my problems, I decided that I was going to avoid them. So it was never, but yeah. Do you want to buy a MacBook for work? No. For what? I got a ThinkPad over there. Why would I buy a MacBook for work? That's silly. Silly Billy, silly goat. Silly goat. I don't need that. Any questions for me before I go? I learned BIM today and it seemed like my eyes finally opened. Blink monitor or something in him and go away. Nah, I've been 105 days. I've been using this Windows setup and it's been working for me. I don't have any problems with it. I don't think it's the tool. I think it's the person. So yes, I am. The course is by Jonas Metman. It is his React course. He has a JavaScript course. You go to Udemy, you type in Udemy and then Jonas, and then he'll pop up in Google. Enthusiasm. Well, anyway, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe and shit. Join the Discord. Join the Discord. Like and subscribe. Subscriber. And join me on this journey. Okay? Alright. I will see you guys later and we will return to do some more of this React project that's going so swell. Why isn't Nightbot doing a thing? Nightbot, wake up. Nightbot, are you there? Nightbot! Bye. Nightbot is taking a dump. Alright, bye.